All right, hello everyone. So the forecast today said there was going to be sunshine, but it is drizzly and foggy, and the start of this hike is supposed to have views. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show any of them, but in spite of that, I'm about to go into a place which is easily in my top 3 favorites in my region, in the central New York region, Eastern Finger Lakes. The name is Shindagin Hollow State Forest. If you are familiar with the hikes in this region, you probably already know about it. It's actually very popular with mountain bikers and hikers. There's a lean-to, a beautiful lean-to in a amazing area where you can camp, and there's a gorge right in the forest, which my goal today is to hike to that. And if there's time, maybe go a little past. There's an open field a little bit past that, but at least if I can make it to the lean-to, that would be great if I don't get rained on. So there's some decent elevation change in here too. It's very hilly. I'm hoping to see trillium wildflowers because it is early May. And I will explain and show what's along the way. All right, the Finger Lakes Trail runs right through here, and I think it's going to be a good time. All right. Some pretty hills up there. If you start this hike at where the Finger Lakes Trail crosses White Church Road, you'll start by crossing these fields. I believe this is private land, but of course you're allowed access. The state forest is just up in those hills. It is muddy. It is really muddy. Wow. Well, I'm thinking once I get back on, when we get into the forest, it should be better. But these fields, it's like a swamp right now. As you can see, there's fog as well. Got some big trees here. Okay, Shindagin Hollow State Forest, which I'm almost in. Still on private land, but almost at the edge, the western edge of the state land. So Shindagin Hollow State Forest is located a few miles outside of Ithaca, New York, a small city located in the south end of Cayuga Lake. And it's, as I mentioned earlier, very popular with mountain bikers and hikers alike, and snowshoers when the snow is flying. It's a beloved place in this region. Normally not a fan of fog, but it's definitely adding a certain aura to this forest this morning. Trillium galore. So now that we're in the actual forest, there are bike trails here that we cross. They're all numbered with different colored discs. But I'm going to continue down our footpath. That's where I came from the west. That's a bike trail heading south, running parallel with this creek. And I'm about to cross this stream heading eastward. This is a nice one in both directions. And in the summer, on a hot summer day, these are great to dip your hands or feet into. If you look carefully, you'll notice how the trees are smaller, very thinner. They're younger here. Apparently, about 20 years ago, there was a terrible ice storm, I believe, that damaged a whole swath of forest in here, so it's still regenerating. And you can see the fallen trees from that event. 2 decades later. Wow. At this point on the trail, there's a cool old stone foundation. This was clearly at one point an old house. Lo and behold, the sun is starting to come out and the fog is burning off. It's about 10:30 in the morning, so I consider that good timing by nature. I love this segment of the trail. It follows along the edge of a ravine down into the valley below, and the further down we get, the better the views across we'll get. You'll see. I don't know if you could tell, but that's a steep drop. This is a sharp pitch downhill here. Should have brought my hiking poles. These are the people that maintain this wonderful trail. Cayuga Trails Club. Great job. They're based out of Ithaca. I think they also build these bridges. In a little bit, we'll be approaching the area with the Shindagin lean-to, my favorite part of this whole hike, and you'll see why soon. In the meantime, we got looks like somewhat of an older growth forest to enjoy right through here. So up ahead is the Shindagin lean-to. This is apparently an excellent area to camp. I can see why. I never have before, but I'd love to someday. Just past the lean-to, there's a terrific beautiful grove of cedar trees, as you can see here. Unfortunately, the trail passes right through it. Okay, this seems like a good spot to turn back, and I will be not entirely backtracking. I will be looping either on a bicycle trail, green marked, or a snowmobile route back to where it intersects with the Finger Lakes Trail. But this is a great spot here with these cedars. Bugs are coming out, that's for sure. Okay, this is the Jeep trail, snowmobile trail that it's also a dirt road that I'm taking back to create a loop. And it passes by a couple of interesting features. There's a bog down here. There's some steep hillside and exposed shale. So it's worth a look. Wow, this entire hillside is covered in trillium. Wow. All right, this sort of grassy double track trail will take me back to the FLT in just a little bit. Maybe hard to see, but I'm at the junction of that grassy trail and the FLT right now. So I have reached the point where I definitely have to backtrack. Yeah, there's other bike paths to take, but they're not going to take me back to my car. So this, like I said earlier, this is in my top 3 favorite hikes in the region. Don't ask me what my other 2 are. Yeah, I mean, this is just one that always makes me happy. If you come to visit Shindagin Hollow, I hope that you'll feel the same way. Very scenic, a lot of variety, and waterfalls. So I'm gonna take this back. It's probably gonna be about under an hour, I'm going to say it's slightly more than a mile. Okay. Okay, that's it. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, like, send comments to CNY Trail Tales on YouTube. I enjoy doing these videos. I hope people enjoy watching them. So I plan on doing, well, those plans, many more over the summer. All right, until then, take care.